क्या हुआ? आ गया फेसबुक पे? अच्छा अच्छा, चलो मेरे दुकान को गो। हाँ।
पिछले साल कौन नहीं हो गया?
ओ, कनाडा का शायद आ गया। कनाडा, हाँ। ना ना ना, मंसूर हो रहा है। लेट्स पॉइंट काम कर रहा है।
मंजूर है।
हाँ हाँ।
तो भले क्या नहीं, हम सी जा रहे, मैं भी जा रहा थी लेकिन
शुगर बड़ा पै रहा थी तो उधर
माइक्रो
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम। थोड़ा सा आपको इंतजार करना पड़ेगा, हमारे स्पीकर अभी आगे हैं लेकिन somehow the other this audio is not connecting. So as soon as we resolve this technical hitch, I think we would be able to start immediately after that. So रिजवान, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है ना? जिन लोगों ने रजिस्ट्रेशन कराई हुई है इस लेक्चर के लिए और सीपीडी पॉइंट्स के लिए अप्लाई किया हुआ है, उन्होंने अपना कैमरा ऑन रखना है। मोहम्मद एहसान साहब, वेयर इज ही? हाँ, आई थिंक ही इज ऑल सेट। मोहम्मद एहसान, एहसान कैन यू हियर मी जी? आपको आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes,
वालेकुम।
I'm there. I'm here.
अच्छा जी, ठीक है। ठीक है जी, सो आर यू रेडी टू स्टार्ट? शुड आई बिगिन इट फॉर्मली और यू नीड अ मिनट और सो?
If you can just give me 5 minutes, I'll be there. Rather, we can just get. I actually had to add few people in the conversation.
ठीक है जी, प्लीज टेक योर टाइम, यू वेट अबाउट 5 मिनट्स। इट्स 2:04 इन पाकिस्तान नाउ, so I'll get back to you in at 2 then. Take 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
For the information of all our audience, you have to bear with us for another 5 minutes. Our today's speaker, Malik Ehsan, he's not in Pakistan today. He's somewhere in United States. I think he's in Minneapolis, in Minnesota, and it's 3 a.m. there. So there's a huge gap of the time. So I think because of that, he's having some issue. So give him, let's say, 5 minutes, and he will be all set.
बिल्कुल सही। कुछ नहीं जाना बाइक ऑफ।
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, sorry for the wait, Taisam. and all the speakers and participants.
Ji, so are you ready now, Ji? Should I start with formally? Can I start?
Yes, please.
Ehsan, before I start formally, can we check whether your sharing will work or not? Let's check first. If you can share the screen.
Okay.
हाँ जी स्क्रीन शेयर हो गई है दैट्स नाइस एक स्लाइड मूव करके देख लें प्लीज एक स्लाइड मूव करके देख लें सो दैट द ऑल इज वेल जी अब आप अनशेयर कर दें प्लीज बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम in the name of Allah the most gracious and the most merciful ladies and gentlemen assalamu alaikum and good morning from Pakistan Society of Civil Engineers based in Lahore Pakistan. A very warm welcome to all our audience on the Facebook. This is lecture number 63, organized under the auspices of Pakistan Society of Civil Engineers. Today, my throat is not good, so maybe I will not be speaking at length at times. So the first instruction is that all those who have registered for the CPT point, they have to keep their cams on. So please don't switch off your cam. Otherwise, I will have to make the announcements again and again, and this will disturb the flow of the speaker also. So now, before I introduce the speaker to you and the topic, it's my duty to spell out the rules of this webinar as instructed by Pakistan Engineering Council. Registered participants for CPT points have to appear live on webcam. However, for ladies, there is an exception. If they wish, they can cover their face while appearing live on the webcam. During the lecture, microphone of all the participants except that of speaker shall remain in mute position. At the end of the lecture, there will be a 20 minutes question answer session. And we have only one option to ask the question, that is by typing in the chat box. So kindly during the lecture, you can type the questions in the chat box. I and my colleague here will be noting those questions. And at the end, when the question answer session starts, I will read out question one by one, and inshallah, the speaker will answer those questions. And same option is for all our audience who are now watching this telecast on the Facebook. Now, today's speaker is Mohammad Ehsan Malik. Mr. Malik obtained his bachelor's in civil engineering from UET Lahore in 1999 and his postgraduate diploma in engineering management in 2004. He is a member of Pakistan Engineering Council and a fellow Minnesota Council of Architects, Civil Engineers, and Land Surveyors since 2009. Ehsan Malik began his professional career in 2001 by joining a well-known and a leading group of Pakistan engaged in construction and manufacturing of precast concrete and pre-engineering buildings, where he undertook project planning, management, monitoring, coordination, quality service, quality control, contract administration, and business development. He has handled challenging projects of construction, precast concrete, and prefabricated steel structures. His rich and diverse experience includes work on cement plants, multi-storied commercial buildings, textile mills, various industrial buildings, warehouses, power plants, tilt-up construction, infrastructure for a gas field, and a major airbase project. He played an instrumental role in coordinating the fabrication and managing the final installation of a steel roof over a commercial building. He also managed he also he also managed the prefabrication, transportation, and hoisting of a 90-meter ton transom for an overhead bus project. This was a remarkable and unprecedented achievement, especially because the entire delivery and hoisting was undertaken in a congested urban setting. During his career, he has actively advocated safety and well-being of workers and developed a permanent human resource policy that has eliminated child labor from the workforce. He left this company after 20 years of service and joined in 2021 a developer who was undertaking the construction of two large building projects. He has been actively participating in the activities of Pakistan Society of Civil Engineers and acted as a panelist in panel discussion organized by PSCE on the subject of tall buildings. Mr. Malik is also involved in various social welfare projects. He has the honor of being member of Industry Academia Advisory Board of UET Lahore and he has extensively traveled around the world on technical assignments. Recently, he has immigrated to US and now lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA with his family. I'm really grateful to him for having very kindly agreed to deliver this lecture at 3 a.m. US Central Time, where he is right at the moment located. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. So, Ahsan Saab, you can go ahead with your lecture. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And welcome everyone from the Pakistan Society of Civil Engineering, especially Tahir Sultan Saab, Rizwan Mirza Saab, Sadia Aksa, and all the team who has been working tirelessly to get all this done. And Alhamdulillah, this is the 63rd lecture in series of this CPD program over the weekends. There has been very difficult to organize these things in the beginning, and Alhamdulillah, now things are very well streamlined. Before I come to the point, I had agreed for this lecture and all this presentation long before when I was in, yet I did not have an idea when I'll be in US and what will be the course, how we'll be delivering all this. But fortunately, I got an opportunity to travel just recently, and I am yet into the jet lag and all this setting up process. So my apologies for being late today, and I had to wake up after getting done with my presentation preparation, and I just somehow missed the alarm to wake up again. Sorry for that. Can everyone see the screen? Tahir Saab, can you confirm if the screen is visible now?
Yes, it is. The first slide is visible. You can go to the second slide, please.
Okay. So, as we mentioned, this is the 63rd lecture from Pakistan Society of Civil Engineering, and where I have been selected to speak few words on the role of civil engineering in shaping the world. Tahir Sultan Sahab has already given a very detailed introduction about myself. And I'll straight jump to the topic, that is the role of civil engineering. But before we get into the detail of civil engineering discipline, most of the attendees who are already into this profession of civil engineering as student or the practicing civil engineers, you people know that this is the oldest engineering discipline. And definitely, well, the word civil engineering comes in mind when you are talking about a civil society or any civilization. And the civilization of human being started with the very first human being on this globe. The very first thing Adam and Eve would have opted for a shelter, a home for them. And I would say the foundation stone of the concept or the knowledge of civil engineering had just started with the very first thing when they were here to live in this environment of this globe, and they have faced the environmental challenges and to face with the living over here. So civil engineering fields, we call it, this is the civil engineering of the serving the people, and this is the profession which serves the people. Planning, development, maintenance of diverse infrastructure, and ranging from the large highways network, bridges, bustling airports, massive dams, and tower buildings, and all the safe and convenient life which is provided to the modern world today. That is what we see the civil engineers are providing to the globe. I'll be very brief and just go through the various fields where civil engineering is shaping the world. And because I know these are not the beginners and the students who are into this, it is just reminding for all of us, for ourselves, that what the civil engineering is and how we people are serving the humanity. There are, on the screen, you can see few key areas which we have clubbed from the various areas among the services of civil engineers. Water resources, public health and environmental engineering, transportation, structures. Usually when it comes to the civil engineering, people are misleading to the structural engineering and just the buildings or the roads. There are other fields. You can see sustainability and smart cities, development of economics, disaster management, and waste management. You name a field where a human can encounter on this globe, and the civil engineers are present there. Going back to the historical background, how actually the civil engineering progress or this profession has emerged. When the human started settling from the cave areas, or you can see the very first human settlements getting into the societies, small towns, and all this, that they started with the building homes, and the initial homes, even though we call it the natural caves where the human would have taken the shelters, that also, you can say, the first thing, civil engineering starts with the surveying or finding the appropriate site selection. You name it as civil engineering. Very first practice, we as a student of civil engineering know our first and very initial training that is given to us is the surveying, the land surveying. So human settlement, human civilization that began with the knowledge of civil engineering or working on the principles of civil engineering. So the man has always been a builder, and gradually when the societies began, the man has to travel across streams and rivers and the mountains. There has been need for the temporary bridges, even the bridge you have cut the wooden logs from the tree stem to makeshift arrangement of bridges. That again becomes a site selection at the appropriate place where it will be working as. The housing gradually built and the societies started getting bigger and bigger. And when there was invention of wheel, the life got busier and busier and faster. And the pace of the life that got triggered with the invention of the wheel, it has never stopped since then. A formal road network, again, when we're talking about the transportation or highway engineering, that began. And in the fourth millennium, human has a giant leap to start with a new pace towards the end of the day. In the prehistoric area, you have seen when you are talking about the old ancient civilizations, usually this comes to our mind, the pyramids of Egypt, the arches, and the lighthouse of Alexandria. And while in Pakistan, it is not wise if I don't mention about the civilizations of Taxila, Mohenjo-daro, and Harappa. These all are where you can date back the knowledge of civil engineering and the services of civil engineers to the society. When talking about the Roman Empire and the picture in the slide, you can see there was water supplies. All the human civilizations, when the first thing came, when a human on this earth was needing the shelters, a place to live, then the very first requirement to live that comes is water. So supplies of water, transportation of water, access to the water, and taking it safely, clean water, that is basic human need. So very first thing to develop the safe ways, and perhaps this is the living example that dates back to 312 before Christ to the 226 before Christ, when these 11 aqueducts were built, and the water was taken around 42 kilometers. This would have been so far in this today's life, if we call about bringing a water from 92 or 100 kilometer with the modern infrastructure and all that, would have been not a big project or not a marvel, but dating back to that time, just have a look on these gigantic structures, and this all was perhaps working on the gravitational force and on the natural flow. So out of the total 420 kilometers, this 50 kilometer was all elevated on this aqueduct. And there were valleys, there were ridges, there were streams which it has to cross to reach to the final destination. Perhaps this building in picture, that is Pantheon, which was constructed between 25 BC to 14 BC. And this is the living, perhaps the most preserved and in good shape structure of that prehistoric area. This is converted currently into a church and a museum and a sightseeing place, and the wide diameter, if you go back to your places, to your computer and just search on this image or the Pantheon, you will have tons of knowledge how this was built and how it has gone through the fires, and it has become a symbol of conquering a land and just occupying the Pantheon. This is a 142 feet dome, even which we consider a challenge in this modern life to construct it without the heavy cranes and infrastructure and formworks and all this. And this is a 71 feet high, the main auditorium, which you can see. And the pace of life kept on from a very simple life where to the industrial era, with the invention of electricity, wheel, having metals on board for developing tools, and again, there had before the industrial era, there had been, the main thing was focus on the wars, conquering the lands, making the ships, traveling, and all these things. But the industrial era, the industrial revolution, that changed the whole concept of the economics in the whole world. So you can see civil engineering became the first choice to build the industries, and even for the military engineering, because when there was forces moving, there was a need of making and breaking the bridges, connecting the societies, traveling safe, and developing the infrastructures or paving ways. So after the Industrial Revolution, there was a huge number of other new professions which are landed. But still, you can see civil engineering is the basis of all the professions. There became a lot of engineering professions as well: industrial, chemical engineering, metallurgical engineering, mechanical engineering, and in the recent area, IT and electrical engineering and electronics, that has very rapidly surpassed every other profession on the field of engineering. But basis of every engineering development or infrastructure development, that remains civil engineering, because as we say, it is started with the concept of building and having an infrastructure, and that falls under the role of civil engineers. So the word civil engineering, civil engineer, or the civil engineering might not have been there as a formal name, but definitely the concept of and the principles of civil engineering, they were already and always there. So the industrial revolutions, that changed the lives, that changed the color of life. You can say when the wheel was invented, it paced up the life, while the industrial revolution, that changed the colors of life. It gave a new dimension, a new concept of life on this globe. So, marvel of civil engineering started getting onto it, and using of metals, ductile iron, and having more machines, the sharp edges, handling the materials to the large distances, and cutting the rocks, going under the sea, building the bridges, and all these things got expedited as well. When the civil engineers, they take help from the other fields of other fields of engineering, like metallurgy and mechanical, and also with the help of having energy, electrical energy on their back. The pace of civil engineers also developed, and now you can see the span of the construction period of the mega projects, that also reduced substantially, having the industrial revolution in place. Like in prehistoric area, we have seen the focus was on getting the safe drinking water or access to the water. There had been always wars in history to occupy the river banks and the water resources. This kept on with the Industrial Revolution as well, because with the increased populations, there was need of bridges, canals, and with before developing the rail and road networks, the easiest way and the quickest way to navigate that was considered to be canals and rivers and on the sea. And that again falls under the domain of civil engineering. So the canal, the oldest canal, which you can figure out in the history, that is Sankey Brook Navigation Canal, that was built somewhere in 1751. And also, you can see the metal has been introduced and shaping the stone and the natural materials to build the bridges and abutments that also help to develop. And civil engineers also started working on tunnels. England and Germany, they were the leaders in this industrial revolutions, and they built the main things and famous structures. And you can see when you go to the England of Charles Dickens in 1812 and to 1872. Before that, as we know, most of the life was along the sides of rivers. All the old cities you see in the modern world today, even today, the biggest downtowns, these are on the rivers. Societies were getting bigger and bigger along the sides of rivers, and water keeps its level. Naturally, the water was flowing, and the disposal of wastewater was into the rivers. And in 1858, first time, the first sewer system was designed, built, and with that concept, the proper disposal of sewer, treatment of sewer, and all these things, a total new dimension of the public health engineering, which is a part of civil engineering, emerged, and the life kept on. This painting, if you Google it, you will see, like we say, Taj Mahal or the old pyramids in Egypt, you see, are when we talk about the workers and the constructors who build that. Similarly, perhaps this is reflecting the role of workers. Some artist has painted how hard they were doing to build this sewerage system and the large disposal system. This Southwark Bridge that dates back to 1819, which consists of the filed steel arches and supported on the granite piers, that also belongs to that era. And coming to the construction of Eiffel Tower, this is perhaps the oldest concept picture, or if it is real picture, then it is a very good archive of having how this structure was built, that gigantic structure, without having that massive cranes and all this, and how the workers would have been hauling all these things. Now we'll talk about various areas and fields where these civil engineers have been working. As I mentioned, life was and life is around the water. 3/4 of this globe is the water, and still is the major portion. This good picture, thank you, Rizwan sir, for finding this and sharing it with me, for bringing the first slide on this role of civil engineers. This gives almost all the fields where we, the civil engineers, are working. You can see mainly the water is the focus, navigation channels, bridges, road network, handling various kind of energies, dealing with the forests. This all thing that is somehow linked with the water and the ecological system that is developed, that the ecosystem which is around the water, that will remain. That is why we keep water resources and hydrology the first in this presentation, because we consider the first challenges human faced is that was to deal with the water related problems, or to access to the water and handling the water. So till date we can see that water related role of the civil engineers remains on the top. And how water is, first of all, if there is rain, protecting the life from the damages of rain, or saving the man from water coming in the form of storms, rain, snow, and all this. That is building shelters and safe disposal of the water and precipitation coming from the sky, that is coming from the nature. Water keeps its level, but it has to be contained in channels to get its natural shape and its way to the rivers and ultimately to join the oceans. So the civil engineers, they build and they treat with the water from when it starts precipitating, collection of waters and the treatment of water, channelization, and safely passing it through the societies, through the cities, and getting it to the disposal system, and ultimately to the rivers and into the ocean. That all is the circle, life circle of the water, where this role of civil engineering is spanning. When we talk about the water for life, first of all, we need water for drinking. So the concept is having the water safely from the resource. It is from the rain. If we dig the wells, if we purify the natural resources available, getting it from the sea, from the natural streams, springs, all that, it has become a very important role. Nowadays, you would be seeing that the treatment plants and all these, mainly people are thinking this comes under the industrial engineering and the chemical engineering. But when you go back to the basic of water treatment and having the water, a fit water for drinking purpose, that still is for the role of the civil engineers in the society. And the next challenge after having the water is having food. Dating back to the prehistoric area, you will find man was handling the water for agriculture purpose. Even yet today, you see a lot of areas they are dependent on the natural rains. But a large world is now depending on the dams and the canal system, which has been designed and implemented for the agriculture water. And also that water is used for energy and other thing as well. In nature, water exists in its own way. But with the expansion of the life, the civilization and populations, these are definitely not restricted to the riverbanks anymore. The human settlements are all over, wherever there is a safe place, or even when there was places not livable, civil engineers made them livable, provided access to the safe drinking water, and ways to do and ways provided for water to for the agriculture purpose to generate food for the human lives. So water is also required for cleaning, hygiene. In today's life, we know this has with the awareness about the health, we know it how important health and hygiene is, and why we keep washing ourselves every day. And we, being the Muslims, do it 5 times for the prayers. We take showers and to keep the dirt away and dispose it off. So water is required for the hygiene. For all this purpose, there were dams to store water when the need, and water was depleting, water was consumed on high rates. There was a need of building the reservoirs and stores and channelizing the water to the desired places, building the momentum, building the potentials, and having the dams on high areas in the mountains, getting the storage, and then traveling the water into the areas where there is no sufficient natural rains and precipitation, and using it for the agriculture purpose and for the food and hygiene as well. And when related to the water, we are using the water for life. Definitely, we are adding impurities to the water. We are making the clean waters dirty. And when this dirty water is flowing back into rivers, you would have heard about the great giant stink in England back in 80s, which led to the need of a new role of civil engineering, that is a public health engineering, that deals with the water treatment and all the sewer systems and disposal of the water before it is sent back to the nature. This I have already spoke on this about water for life. The civil engineers are building dams, canals, and all the system to get the water for agriculture purpose. And again, this is a schematic view how the water is being used, brought from nature, utilized, and returned back to the nature after disposal and sewerage system. And this all is what we call it is falling under the role of civil engineers. You can see an image of a large water treatment plant, which can be even bigger than a big city in the prehistoric era. When it comes to the water, it is, I just take this opportunity to mention, and this was in the foundation seminar of Pakistan Society of Civil Engineers as well, to discuss the water crisis in Pakistan. And I take the opportunity, though it may look a bit irrelevant to the role of civil engineering in shaping the world, but when talking from the platform of Pakistan Society of Civil Engineering, we know the biggest challenge we face for the Pakistan even today is handling the water, preserving our waters, and conserving our water for our generations to come. We know Pakistan is depending on many things, on our sponsors and contributors for building the infrastructure and all this. Unfortunately, we as a nation, we as a country, we have badly failed in maintaining and upkept with the need of our hour and our future, especially with our water demands for the agriculture purpose, for drinking purpose, for our energy needs. The cheapest source of energy which a country like us can have is the hydel energy, and what not to mention. The water crisis management, and this is the area where we, the civil engineers, can help Pakistan greatly. It is a need that our nation, our lawmakers, our decision makers, they seriously consider on building the new dams and water infrastructure and water distribution networks. There are, though, big projects already built, but still there is a lot more to be done. Pakistan is blessed with very natural streams which are spanning. You can just see a map of the Pakistan on the screen. Allah has blessed in such a way that no part is left and the water is flowing from one corner to the other. Although Pakistan's geography, Pakistan's shape on the map, you can say it's a narrow strip, but from the snow-covered glaciers and mountains, we are traveling from the plains deep into the deserts and then the Indian Ocean and all this. And there is a huge area of Balochistan and Sindh, which is still needing to build water resources to make it cultivable, and get the benefit from this land as well. So I took this opportunity when I was talking about our role in shaping the world and especially handling the water and infrastructure for building the water. In the foundation seminar of Pakistan Society of Civil Engineering, we talked about it, and I remember our chief guest there was Engineer Shamsul Mulk, who was also the spokesperson, and we had a lot of talks on that. And in the last 4 or 5 years of Pakistan Society of Civil Engineers, there have been various seminars and speeches on this role. And we have to keep up with this. We have to keep speaking on this because we understand this is the key area where we can play a vital role, and Pakistan needs a crisis management and handling the water issue wisely by the civil engineers in a wise way. And this is the way to help Pakistan. Continuing with the role, the next is transportation. With the life from invention of the wheel, when we started traveling on the road, yet water channels and conquering the sea, that remains a challenge. It still is considered the cheapest and the safest and the easiest way for navigation and handling the big loads. With the Industrial Revolution, handling with the metals wisely, having the GPS system, having control systems, all this helped develop big ships and big navigation systems all over the world. And there are thousands of ships traveling all the time on the seas and having huge loads transporting from the one corner of the world to the other. So the need of systematic ports and harbors that developed. So the transportation, the first thing I have listed is the ports and harbors. Although the bridges also come part of the transportation. But in nowadays life, you see, having a full ports and harbor engineering, construction, the decks and docks, and protecting the seashores, paving ways to the harbors, and making road and rail network accessible for all the cargoes coming from the sea and disposing it off to the final destinations on the land. We have a great network of where the transportation engineers, they are working under the umbrella of civil engineering. Nowadays, especially in Pakistan, when we are talking about the road network, there has been controversial discussion on that. Road should be built or not, how it should be built or not. But there is no argument and there is no other opinion that communication and transportation, that always opens channels and ways for societies to develop, societies to connect. The human need connection, expansion. Allah has made this globe in such a way that spread the natural resources for the whole humankind and spread it all over the globe. When the societies and civilizations were simple, even then human needed to travel across the bridges, across the streams, and even this has become more and more required in today's life. With the modern tools and technologies, with the gadgets and equipment and sports which we have got in our life now, we consider that developing the road networks. If you go to the Pakistan, we got our first motorway operated in 1996, and Pakistan and India, the subcontinent, got the railway networks in the British regime. Roads are still considered very important, and in the modern world, in the first world, you see, this is a road network which is helping societies grow wider and wider and faster and faster. Even nowadays, when you are talking about the modern societies, the developers, first of all, they are working on the road network. The first thing we see, selecting a place to live, selecting a plot for our living and housing. First of all, we need what is the road width, what is the street width in front of our house, and all this. So having a safe access to the livable place and communicating and commuting from the workplace to the living place, this all is due to the road network and the highways which engineers are building for the society. And the railways, of course, now dating back from the steam engine to the high-speed rails, the super trains you see in the modern world, in the Japan, in America, in the Europe, the bullet trains traveling at high speeds, more than 400 kilometer and per hour, all this. This has made the life, and this has given a life a new concept. And not to mention aviation and airports, which engineers built. In today's life, the air traffic has become like it even if you date back in history, the number of the mule carts, animal driven carts may be lesser at one time in the history, but the number of aeroplanes and ships and all these things, even there are, you can say, millions of the flights carrying on daily all over the world. And this all is possible with the help of a complex jet serviced network of airports, runways, and the communication system, which is all the basis of these modern aviation system. Again, this is a role which the civil engineers are playing for the modern world, keeping the world connected. I have intentionally kept the structures on number 4 and try to give these water resources, public health, and the transportation on the priority list on the top, because usually civil engineering is misconcepted and it is misinterpreted as the builder only the dealing with the structures. Yet whenever there is a concept of a society or the existence of a life, the first thing that comes to our mind is the building, the home, or all this. Even when you are born in modern world, usually, and most of the people we are now blessed, we are born in hospitals. And hospitals are definitely the buildings. And there is a whole science of building the hospitals. This is a new dimension of organizing and building the hospitals. Maybe it is falling and combined with a lot of other engineering and medical, but yet the foundation and all the roots, they are based on the civil engineering. Getting all the education, even when we're talking about, we are spanning all over the globe. Some participants, they are from the Europe, some others maybe from US or Canada or North America and all this. Some in Middle East and someone in Pakistan. What we are all connected and sitting under some buildings, some offices, into malls, maybe in co-work spaces, someone maybe at some airport, some railway station, or in some maybe in their institutional buildings. This all network of buildings that has connected, which has provided us a safe shelter, these are all the marvels of civil engineering, a sign and symbol of how the civil engineers are shaping the world and how the civil engineers are changing the world every day, every moment. There is a role which civil engineers are playing, and you cannot deny the civil engineers' role whenever you are taking every breath. Bridges are also another part of structures and other sort of structures the simplest bridges which mankind would have built, cutting a tree log and putting it on to cross the small streams, to the modern bridges as long as for more than 400 kilometers long bridges, which are built in China and Japan and all these, the undersea bridges and the highest bridges on the mountains, the cable stayed bridges, the bridges coupled with the undersea tunnels crossing the Rocky Mountains, and the simplest bridges nowadays we see on our highways spanning into the multiples of 100 feet. And the cities and the citizens of Lahore, they have a 27-kilometer long metro orange train that also is a sort of bridge, an elevated bridge. So the bridges are again everywhere, and these are the connections between the societies, between the civilizations, and providing ways for quick navigation, for quick communication, for quick transportation, and safe passages. There are also non-building structures. You can say when the power stations, the communication networks, and the communication towers, the billboards. Today's life, it has become a very fast life with the new technologies, the neon signs, marketing strategies, advertisement, and all this. Even it has gone beyond that. An elevated overhead tower as a billboard, all these also fall under the structures and are designed, manufactured, and erected by the civil engineers. Overhead otherwise, and preserving the food, the grain silos, protecting the foods for future. This all is what civil engineers are returning to the society every day, providing a great life. Nowadays, we talk about sustainability. When civil engineering, we talk about the civil engineering. Sometimes I recall our discussions even when we were students in University of Engineering and Technology. There had been debates that civil engineers are the destroyers of the environment. They are the one who's, when they move, they cut the forests, they destroy the natural resources, they destroy the natural land, they build, and with the awareness of environment protection and the clean environment, this debate that civil engineers are the destroyer and we are the civil engineers, our argument on this debate had always been that civil engineers, if this building and destroying the natural strata, the cutting the jungle and all this is required by the humanity, and civil engineers are to play this role for building the roads, the infrastructures, the buildings and everything, and changing the shape of the globe. Yet, when it comes to protect it, this is again the civil engineers who are going to do that. So environmental engineering again falls under the chapters of civil engineering. How? When we are talking about water, handling the water in a right way, building a wrong way of dam without an environmental impact assessment, that can be disastrous for a society. That can change the whole life in the area. So that impact assessments and environmental assessments, these are all again carried out through the civil engineers. And we know those who are building those infrastructures, they really know how this building, this dam, this road, this is going to impact the society, the life, the nature, what natural resources will be utilized, and what alternate ways these can be. So concept of environment friendly construction and green buildings and low heat gaining materials, all this has emerged with the modern knowledge of science and technology and the awareness about pollution and environment. With the increased civilization, with the increased populations, with the depletion of resources, humankind is using the globe, preserving the resources and using the resources wisely. That has become also very important. And this is dealt under environmental engineering and, of course, a branch of civil engineering. Now, we are talking about green buildings and smart livings. So we are building our future, all the infrastructures, considering the green or the environmental impact in our projects. That has become important and it has been widely accepted, this role. And in the modern societies, without a heat consideration, the carbon footprint of the building, reuse of materials, having low using the recycled materials and low energy materials, and depending on the local materials which require less transportation and dependency on the mechanical ways and all this, and transportation that definitely results into the extensive use of vehicle and transportation, larger heat emissions and all these things. So these are the concepts. And once a project is designed with the conventional concepts, there are reviews, there are inputs from the environmental impact assessments, from the environmental engineers, selection of alternate materials, and reducing the carbon footprint of a building or a project. Again, when we deploy the knowledge of civil engineering to a project, we can do cost-effective designs, or we can do a design that is the least disturbing the nature, which is destroying the resources, or which is or where we design a project in a way to restore the nature. Once the project is done, we add the features, the green features to the projects. We design the alternates. We provide the alternate of the trees being cut. So all this, even sometimes we call it, the other fields, the forestry, the agriculture, the irrigation systems, they all would be linked. But again, when designing the project, building the project, managing the projects, all these considerations of a modern world and sustainable world, these are to be considered when designing the projects. And again, considering the wastewater and handling it wisely, recycling and reusing the water, and designing the project in such a way that the water is wasted minimum, it is reused maximum. The water from the sewers, if it is again used back for the agriculture purpose, for horticulture purpose, and all these things. And the word we use now, everyone very widely listen to this term, smart cities. Here is just a schematic how a world is connected digitally, wirelessly, and an integrated modeling, which is not possible without involving the civil engineers and the role of civil engineering into this smart world. All this digital construction, now we do the integrated modeling digitally, and we submit our projects digitally. And without these digitally integrated building projects, it is almost become impossible to think of the modern world's projects. And this all is possible when this integration of the whole project is carried out by a civil engineer on the top or on the backside of all the projects. When the life goes on, the nature is also playing, and nature existed. There has been various threats to the human life: earthquakes, floods, fires, tornadoes, windstorms, heavy rains, and there are other nature calamities. When it comes to the disaster management, again, these are the civil engineers who come forward even for the preventive role when we are building dikes and banks to protect from the floods, or designing earthquake resistant building, using designing a building with fire escapes and using the fireproof materials for building the projects, building the shelters for the tornadoes and volcanoes, and living in the snow or surviving in the heavy snow, which I'm going to face when I'm here in this part of the world. Recently moved, and I have seen the first snow yesterday. So when it comes to the disaster management, again, these are the civil engineers who are required to do the preventive measures. And when there are restoration, when you cannot stop nature to act on its way and destroy the things, because disasters occurring in nature, these are the response of the nature, how the human is treating the globe, and also it is sometimes resetting a new mode. It is alarming. It is a sign how the life needs to be changed and how this has to be done. So when you see on the disaster management cycle, you say there is mitigation, there is preparation for that, responding to that, and the recovery. For the restoration after the damages of the fire, of the tornado, an earthquake, or any natural disaster, even it is some pandemic or like this thing, and building the emergency hospitals to recover from that and all this. This is again falling under the role of civil engineers in the society. Waste, a big challenge, be it hospital waste, hazardous nuclear waste, solid waste, which tons and trillions of the tons the human is producing on this globe on a daily basis. this all waste which human is creating, which human is returning to the nature on daily basis, this needs to be handled, and world has realized the processes, reuse of the waste, recycle of the waste, and returning and dumping or disposing it into the safe way. This all again, when we talk about returning to the nature or responding to the nature, this again, waste management, waste handling, designing, building the thing for the waste management, this all is again falling under the role of civil engineers. Now, I will try to summarize before we close for the question and answer sessions, which we have to do in the last 20 minutes of this presentation, how the civil engineer is impacting the civilization and human lives. The various types we have seen: the waterways, water structures, transportation, and waste management, disaster management, all the things which we have discussed so far. How this is impacting the society and the life and the social fabric of the society. This is how a civil engineer is impacting. It has different impacts on the mobility and economics of the society. Warehouses, docks, traveling mechanism, communication, all this. These are the things a modern world cannot think of life on this globe without having all this in place. So when you call about the role of civil engineer, the concept of new life or the modern life does not exist on this globe without having a role of civil engineering in this society. So I would say there is no concept of living on the globe when the role of civil engineering is not there. Employment is a great challenge, great concern. And the biggest jobs are created by the civil engineering projects. You might have heard Pakistan has recently gone through the elections, and every government, every politician, even in the modern world, their slogans are based on building the new projects. Building the new projects. Why? A new project, a building projects, a road project, and infrastructure projects, that opens jobs for numerous kinds. More than 200 industries and the fields they are linked with the projects, and this is when civil engineers are designing new projects, they are considering a lot of consideration even before the project is actually started on ground, and it is in the design, surveying, and all the feasibility stages. It is providing opportunities for earning for a lot of people in various sections, be though all may not be civil engineers, but there are all walks of life which are contributing toward the projects, and they are benefiting from the projects even from the feasibility stage. We have widely discussed the very first role that we, the civil engineers, make the healthy living possible through ensuring that water and sanitation are handling the water. That I still think is the very first role that the formal civil engineering professional had adopted, and informally, when even the concept of in the world of civil engineering or this was not there, that role existed when the human was first looking for the water and having access to the water, or taking the water for uh, hygiene purpose, not only for the drinking purpose. Sustainable food and providing the irrigation water, food has become a challenge. Not only the poverty, but a large populations on this globe is struggling for the food. You every day listen, eliminating the hunger, eliminating the poverty. When building the infrastructures and roads and buildings is important to provide the jobs for society. On the same, building the irrigation channels and transporting the water to the areas where there is water drought, then that is also very important. Still, a large area of the globe is not cultivated, especially in Pakistan. We are facing this problem and we have to handle this earliest we can do. We discussed in disasters management already that providing the safe shelters and structures like earthquake resistant structures, shelters to live when there is a natural calamities in the event of an earthquake, in the event of floods, tornadoes, fires, and all this. So civil engineers, they are involved in planning, designing, and building of all these things. Even when they are not physically there, their role is there. They are considered to be part of or providing the safe life for the humanity. We have gone through the transportation impact. Recently in Pakistan, there has been the past 15 years, especially since we graduated, we have widely learned about the CPAC and all the trade routes and transportation facilities, building the harbors, building the road networks, the rail networks, and all this. This all is churning the wheel of the economy. This is steering the life. When we build these facilities, transportation facilities, we are providing access to the world and we are accessing the world. So we are transporting the resources which we have for the world to benefit from us. And we are also having the access to the rest of the world to share the resources they are having. So connecting the people, connecting the life on the globe, that is a role civil engineers play when they are enabling the world to be connected through this navigation systems, these transportation facilities, and these trade routes. Why we do these things? Have the economic growth, economic activity, life going on, the business going on, trade going on. We build the industrial buildings, we do the factories, name any economic activity where the role of civil engineering is not there. It is said when an economy is down, start building projects. I know when I was in US some 16 years ago, and there was an economic recession here in America as well. And there were elections. And even here in the first world, the first step the new government took to revive the economy and overcome this economic recession was to start the projects and even to rebuild the projects. They started a massive infrastructure revamping, building, destroying the old bridges or widening the old bridges, building new roads, new tunnels, new infrastructure projects. They are a first and easiest way to impact a rapid economic growth. A well-designed infrastructure can promote the economic growth and prosperity of improving the transportation and communication links. And when it comes to the relaxing and layering and tourism, this is the road network and facilities which are built to the tourist attraction spots nearest or closest, and enabling them, like a tourist coming from Australia to a US, a foremost destination, which even have like 18 hours of the time difference. Just totally new stranger coming to see the world, although it has become very easy to travel across the globe. Imagine when someone was just traveling and having no connections back home, when someone was out of home and never knew that this person now is leaving and he or she will come back or not. And now you plan the world trip date wise, hour wise, you book your destinations, you book your hotels, everything is well planned or organized in modern world, and you return from the world trip in less than a month, and you're always keeping connected to the world, to your families, every single moment. They can track you to the GPS and the navigation system where exactly you are within a circle of few inches. So accurately, they'll be knowing where you are. And this all how it has been developed and how has it been possible. Do you think this all was possible without the role of civil engineering? Of course not. And these building projects and civil engineering projects, they invite investments, and even the financial models or the business transactions which are not directly linked with the project, but still they invite investments indirectly as well when there is a economic growth and activity on the project is going. We mentioned in the use of recycling of the material and use of the alternate materials and having the things in the right path, making better decisions, minimizing the waste, and also especially when there is a projects where we are rebuilding some project, if we are using the recycled materials, using the waste concrete into the new concrete, and there has lot been done. And if it is done on the larger scales and on the project scale, and the aggregate is reused and recycled, that again has a big impact. Perhaps a cost-effective and efficient design. This is what can save a lot of money and a lot of resources. And this is where civil engineers come first. When there is a need of a project to be designed, be it a road project, be a communication project, be even building a factory for telecom or all these things. When it comes to using the alternate materials and novel designs and new concepts, there is no limit where the civil engineers can lead to. And in the economies like Pakistan, where we need to save every single penny in the form of saving the national exchequer, this is the role of design engineers, the project managers, the builders, to save it through a well-controlled, well-designed, well-organized, and well-managed project. Now, let's summarize and sum up into the few bullet points. What is the nutshell? The civil engineers shape the social fabric of the society. And we have direct effect on access on mobility. Engineering projects, they create large number of projects and thus giving a economic activity and economic protection to the humankind. We make access to the healthy living possible through ensuring water and sanitation, sustainable food, and through the provision of irrigation water for agriculture, provide safe structures to the community, foster trade through transportation facilities, generate economic opportunity for a large number of upstream industries, potentially foster sustainable at a large scale through the better design making process, and may reduce the cost through efficient designs for the private sector as well as the national sector. So these are the things where the civil engineers are impacting the world, or we are shaping the world with our everyday role, with our daily practices which we are into. And perhaps I have tried to quickly cover a topic which we have been discussing over the past 30 years of our life since I am associated with this civil engineering profession. So this is over from my side now. Thank you for being patient and listening to me and providing me an opportunity. And sorry if I had been a little bit less active considering my current situation. It is almost 4:36 in the morning here in US. And thank you very much, Tahir Saab. We can open the question and answer session. And I'm again grateful and thankful for Rizwan Mirza Saab, Sadia, Aksa, and Tahir Saab especially for helping me to collect all this despite I was traveling and I was not, it was really not possible to do this without having your support and to make it possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Malik Saab. Very kind of you delivering a lecture at such an early hour of the day. So you have really worked very hard for this lecture and in explaining how the civil engineers are shaping the world, and they have been shaping the world in the past. So I have few questions now. Now the first one is from, in fact, I have most of the questions from Aksa Batul, Miss Aksa Batul, and her two questions, first two questions are quite similar. So I will read those questions. The first one is, what is the best way to attract the best college graduates to the discipline of civil engineering? Her second question is almost similar. What steps may be taken to inculcate in the civil engineering students a sense of responsibility in respect their vital role towards the society? Both questions are not very similar, but they are indirectly connected. So kindly answer both the questions together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aksa. In fact, usually these sort of discussions and these topics, I would say, are the opening sessions and should be the very first interaction with a new civil engineering students. That's why perhaps Ms. Aksa, she has invited this question into this topic. I have covered almost all the key areas where civil engineering role is present in the society. So when you are talking to the college graduates, university admission seekers, or for the career counseling of the students, these are all the fields which we can talk to the students and we can explain what is the role of civil engineering in the society and how civil engineering is impacting the life. Like we used to talk in the university, civil engineering is the mother of all engineering. Whenever there is a there is an engineering project anywhere, the role of civil engineering is everywhere. So without having an engineering, why people usually choose the career, the first and foremost important thing is usually not the passion, it is the profession or earning for their life. So when there is a role associated with every action you are going to take in your future life, wherever you are going to do, these are the civil engineers who are going to be present everywhere. So the widest role of the civil engineering, which is from mountains to the depth of the sea, this makes the civil engineering as the most widely acceptable profession and having the wide job opportunities all over the world, even when there is a bad recession or economic growth is down, and even when the economic growth is fast in the modern world. So the role and the civil engineers get jobs and they always have a role. As I mentioned, when Adam and Hawa, they would have looked for the water, the concept and the impact of the knowledge of civil engineering that would have started from that point onward. And when we talk about the destruction of the whole world and one day we have to return to all this, and this all has to be wrapped, again, there will be a role of civil engineers in making this world over there. So civil engineering is present from the first day till the last day a human living would be there on this globe. So that is the biggest argument we use to talk with the students and the new entrants and attract them to the civil engineering profession. Now coming to the second point of your question, that is how to make them sensible and responsible citizen and all this. Correct me if I have understood your question right. Okay. So this is the next step. When we see the role of civil engineers is there everywhere in every walk of life, and when we're dealing all the fields, that means we have to tell them you are blessed and you are joining a noble profession which has wide impact on the human settling on this globe. So they have to follow the basic principles, the ethics. They have to be fair, because every action of a civil engineering, be it into a design, when you are designing a structure, it has to be safe, it has to be sustainable, it has to be practical, it has to be economical. Every consideration should be made when you are designing a structure. And when you are implementing the project, it is going to have an environmental impact. It has some hope. It is creating jobs. It's timely completion. That matters a lot. And when you are into the maintenance or operation of a project, even then your role has a great impact on the society and civilization. So civil engineers, they must be briefed, they must be taught, they should be aware that this profession cannot go without having a sense of responsibility and working under the code of conduct and the ethics and the professional practices. So these are the things which will help you to brief and guide your juniors and your successors to follow the principle and to behave sensibly and responsibly.
Yes, incidentally, the third question is also from Aksa, Miss Aksa Batul. She's again asking, it is a comment as well as a question. I note that with every passing year, the young engineering graduates enter the market with a very little or no passion for learning and knowledge enhancement. They often seem to be driven by uh, what is it? Driven by a desire to look for jobs only on the basis of salary, higher salary. Even if these are marketing jobs, what, in your opinion, can be done to remedy this negative trend? Ji, Malik Saab, please go ahead.
I think partly I have addressed already in
Yes,
the
I think you have already addressed,
yeah,
and I hope
already addressed the partly
you must
previously.
have got the answer to. Yeah, I think you covered. But still, if you want to have any comment on this question, then you please go ahead. If there is any, otherwise I will ask the third question.
Yeah, kindly continue to the next question. This we have already discussed. Yeah.
So, Ms. Batul, I hope you have got the answer to your question. Answering your first two questions in such a detail, I think it covered the third one also. So now we have a question from a young engineer, Shahzeb Khalid. He is asking, thank you for your enlightening presentation on the role of civil engineering. The role of technology in civil engineering seems to be evolving rapidly. How do you see the integration of technologies like artificial intelligence, 3D printing, or smart materials influencing the future of civil engineering projects and their impact on the world?
Yeah, I have read, I think there are three questions in line from Shahzeb, and he has typed on the chat
If
stream.
you
So
want to answer them
yeah,
together, please go
yeah,
ahead. It will save a little bit of time
yeah.
for.
These are the similar questions, and Shahzeb is willing to know about the impact of these modern technologies, how the integrated design is impacting, and how the sustainable construction, all these things are interconnected. And uh, I'm glad that our young generation is also coming towards these things and to the sustainable construction design and all this. Uh, if you're looking for some examples, now you must have heard about the LEED certification on sustainable construction. There are now set standards on use of materials, alternate materials, saving the carbon footprint and all this. You can find a large literature on these LEED certification and requirements for green buildings and sustainable buildings, where and I think even in Pakistan now there are factories one project I know that is located near Faisalabad, Interloop, and one project in Karachi, Port Qasim Industrial Area, that was LG. These are the few projects which I know from my acquaintances. They have been working on that, and these were certified green building projects or LEED certified projects. And the impact of using these sustainable materials or green buildings, the first and the foremost thing, these are the energy efficient buildings. You know, the energy crisis in whatever infrastructure you get, the need of energy to make a building or a project sustainable and workable, that is always there. There is a cost. There is not only a cost to build a project, but there is a cost to maintain a project and run the project as well. So first and foremost thing, you get an energy efficient building and you reduce your energy bills. Then is the impact of life, how these materials they are impacting. You are selecting the materials which are least harming to the environment. So this is not only the project itself, but the resource area, the borrow areas from where you are getting the materials, it has impact on that area and indirectly impacting on the life on the globe as well. And now coming towards the use of technologies and integration of the various technologies like 3D printing, integrated design, and all this. Look, civil engineering, the role, if it started from building the very first pathway for an human to clear the jungle and access the areas other than that where it was. And coming to this point, when you have designed and developed all the projects and you are now, you must be watching the videos on the social media and all that, the 3D printed houses and all this thing is coming. Some people may consider it a challenge, or civil engineers may be losing the jobs and their role and all that. It should not be like this. Even when you're using these new technologies, these again will be needing the basic knowledge and the role of civil engineers to implement and do that. So when you're talking about the integrated design, these are the engineers or the civil engineers mainly who are integrating the various networks. I wanted to avoid that typical technology in all my this presentation. Otherwise, it would have dragged to a whole new dimension. Building integrated modeling, or BIM, which has become a slang actually in our society nowadays, because when a new term and technology or terminology comes to our part of the world, it is not understood well at very first stage, and with the half-cooked knowledge available, we are distracted. And so I intentionally avoided using this word BIM, although Tahir Saab, Rizwan Saab, Aksa, and all various other listeners, they know, and I'm an advocate and promoter of this BIM. But I intentionally avoided using this word so that all the questions will be diverted there. We need a separate topic on that. The integrated modeling and integrated design, because civil engineers are the one who can oversee and design the projects in a total scenario. When there is mechanical engineering, there is fire engineering, there is water, there is mechanical, there are services, and all this all is related to the various fields of engineering, but this is the civil engineer who is integrating it. And how it is benefiting? Definitely these technologies, these 3D modeling and 3D design and 3D integrated modeling, this is making your life easy. This has helped civil engineers a lot in visualizing the project before it is constructed. So this is a virtual construction, I call it. before you actually start working on the ground and start doing it, you can have models and you can run through the iterations, how this impact is going to be, and you can place your projects in their on your exact GPS locations and see how the weather is going to impact, how the environment going to be, and how these are going to be, even the dam projects. And now there are very complex digitally integrated models of all the projects available. So this is not impacting us in a negative way, but it is impacting the civil engineering practices in a very positive way, that it is eliminating the factors of errors or the factors which may lead to some destructions or may leave some loopholes in the project design. So you can visualize and virtually see how actually your design will go and how the project will be seen over the time. You can do the time scale, and you can do the on the time scale you can see how the project is growing and how it will look over. So all these integrated modeling and digital techniques, they have enhanced your capacity to work more than how you could be doing it manually. But again, going back the basic, without forgetting the basic principles of engineering and knowing all these things. And there was one question from Aksa and highlighting that the engineers are focused on the job and not going to the basic concept and all that. That also comes here, that it is important to understand and learn the softwares and new design techniques, but the basic principles and the design concepts and how it was, that also is important, and that remains important forever.
So, thank you very much for such a detailed answer. I'm really getting tight with the time. I have hardly 5 minutes, but there are three questions. Two questions are from Shazib. I think one you have already answered. His question number three, the concept of smart cities is gaining traction. How do you see civil engineering playing a pivotal role in the development of smart and sustainable urban environments? Are there particular challenges that need to be addressed in in this context? I think this question is answered already, but if very quickly, Malik Saab, if you want to say something, you can say it. But before that, he has another question which I want to read, and you just answer this question too. This is from Shazib. Given the increasing demand for infrastructure development, how do you think civil engineers can balance the need for progress with environmental conservation? Are there specific strategies or principles that you believe are essential in achieving this balance? So please focus on the second question. Is Shazib's second question. He has been asking very intelligent and nice questions. So I'm really happy that young engineers are taking so much interest. So after you answer this question, there is another question which Fazil Ahmed has asked. That is very important question. And I would like your input on it also, Mr. Malik Saab, and I would like Rizwan to respond to that question also briefly. So continue, Mr. Rahman, Mr. Malik Saab, please continue.
Okay. Partly I've already addressed the smart building and integrated design stuff in the previous answering to the previous question. Your question is answering it partly itself. How civil engineering, by optimal space utilization and optimal design of the materials. This is the way how the civil engineers can meet the challenges of these environmental challenges and do a sustainable construction for the infrastructure and all this. If the space planning and material selection and the design techniques, these are all integrated in at the design stage, then definitely you meet the requirements. And Fazil's question, can I have it again?
I just lost the track of his question. Let me check where is that question. Just a second, please. Can you read Fazil's question, Malik sir? Yeah, I got it. I got it. It is like this. Sir, do you believe the courts have limited the brainstorming capabilities of the civil engineers, especially structural engineers? We we used to do extraordinary things in the past, and now we seem to be tangled with the codes and are not able to think beyond them. So, your input, Malik Saab, then I would really like Rizwan to answer this question also. Please go ahead, Malik Saab.
Although when Rizwan Saab is there, definitely I would also like to hear from him on this topic. Simply, I would say codes are just narrowing down the requirements as it is the digital world, and we are already designing, we are getting the design tools and all these things on in this modern world and all these things. And that's why when we are digitally connected and we are digitally dependent on the software and all these things, so having the numeric impact, because machines, they have to process on certain rules and certain channels. That's why you feel that sometimes it is limiting your thought process, but actually it is not limiting. It is giving you a new horizon to look into a very compact channels that will giving you more precise and more predictable answers. I will like to hear from Rizwan Saab as well on his on this very important question. Over to Rizwan Saab.
Thank you. I think codes are a reflection of the collective engineering wisdom of the engineering community, and they are basically meant to protect the society from errors. They prescribe the minimums of safety and serviceability. I, as a practitioner, do feel that there is a lot of room to play within the codes, and they never hamper your ability to innovate, to design in your own unique ways, because they are no longer prescriptive except where safety is involved. Were it not for the codes, I think designs would not have been possible. This is not art. Engineering is an applied science. So the level of safety and serviceability cannot be left to the wisdom of one practicing engineer alone. It's a legal question. I think I have to be brief, so I end it here. Yes, Tahir? किसको Tahir, please, I expect you to take over from here.
No, sorry, my microphone was muted. Now it is okay. Okay. So it is like this. Thank you, Rizwan, for your answer. Very comprehensive, very short, brief, but comprehensive. Uh, though I don't have much time left now, but the the lonely question I had is on the Facebook is from Shakil Angam. I really want to ask this question. BIM use nowadays is all over the world. In Malta, it is using in construction industry. Most probably, Anjum Saab is from Malta. So have you heard the question or understood the question, Malik Saab? BIM use nowadays is all over the world. In Malta, it is using in it is being used it is being used in the construction industry. Do you have anything to say on it?
I already mentioned I intentionally avoided using BIM or BIM in my whole presentation. Even I was compelled to delete sometimes. I wrote that word many times in my presentation, but I kept myself away. I think we can have a separate session on that. BIM definitely is the future, and when we are talking about the integrated design, integrated construction, or integrated modeling, then it is definitely and now it is not the building integrated modeling, it is becoming the business integrated modeling. Yet it has even crossed the boundaries of purely the fields of civil engineering. Now all the businesses are being integrated, all the society's operations and your supply chain and all this thing is being connected to this BIM. So that is a very wide field, and hopefully in future we'll organize some separate lectures on the platform of PSCE on that.
Ji Malik Saab. So now I have a feedback from Najwa Jawahar. Jawahar, yes. And I really want to read it for you, for the audience, and Malik Saab for you. Really, her feedback is lovely. She is saying, I absolutely loved how you have connected all back to Adam and Eve and basic human needs. So really eye-opening thinking about civil engineering in that context. You have hit the nail bang on with the importance of sustainability, waste management, and disaster management. One thing I would add to do is safety. I always say doctors kill one person at a time, and engineers have the potential to become mass murderers if they are not taking responsibility of their roles seriously. Very well said, Najwa Jawahar. Very well. And she has asked a question, and this is going to be the last question. She has asked a question. Malik Saab, please be brief. I really don't have any time now. What is one action you would like to take this audience to take away following this session today and make a self-promise to do different for a betterment of civil engineering sector? Najwa, I must say your comment was, it really touched me, and your question was equally good, and it has also touched me. Thank you for your input. Malik Saab.
Thank you, Najwa, for your comments, and we'll also be looking for to hear from you as well very soon, inshallah. Coming briefly to your question, what one action we, the participants and all the audience here, we should promise to follow the engineering practices, and as in your comment, the engineers, and especially the civil engineers, can be the mass murderers. Perhaps this was the buried question under the Aksa's question as well, how to make our civil engineering future graduates responsible citizens and feel how important the civil engineering is. So this action, and actually this is the why we had selected this topic, the role of civil engineering in shaping the world. The only thing which we should take home from this gathering today is to behave sensibly and responsibly as a thorough civil engineering professionals.
Okay, thank you very much, Malik Saab, for giving such a nice lecture. And the interactive question answer session was also really good. Rizwan, your input was, I think, very important for the young engineers. That was a very important question asked by Fazil Ahmed. I appreciate his question and his innovative thinking. Shazib, you also asked very good questions, and I appreciate your input too. And now I have to close this session very quickly. So the announcements, I will just go through the announcements very quickly. Our next lecture is on 9th of March 2024. The topic is rigid inclusion ground equipment. This is again a new technique, and those who are interested in geotechnical engineering, they must attend this lecture. Our speaker would be from UK, Dr. Derek Egan. So I would recommend everybody next time you must attend this lecture. This is a new technique for the ground improvement, and you will enjoy this lecture. Uh, Malik Saab, your shield and your certificates, inshallah, Sadia will make sure it reaches you within, let's say, 10 to 15 days, the normal time which it takes to reach outside Pakistan. And the audience who were registered for the CPT points, they can collect their certificates from 15th February onwards from our office, 14A1, Block 3, Model Town Extension, Lahore. And the person to contact is Ahmed Akram. And if you want to call him before coming, it is 0347 462 5111. I repeat his cell number again, 0347 462 5111. So this takes us to the concluding of this session. And before I say Allah Hafiz to all of you, my special thanks to my team, Sadia, Naveed, and Hasnan, who are in the background, but they are doing important work to make this broadcast smooth and quality-wise good, so that you can enjoy the lecture more and more. Thank you very much. Now I will see you on 9th of March. Till then, Allah Hafiz and God bless you all.